Hey YouTube, today I'm going to go over my NES collection. Now I have about 45 games total, and honestly I haven't played a lot of NES, and I prefer Super Nintendo and Genesis and onward. Um, just can't really get into them that much, but there are some games that are really fun. And I played through at least half of my collection today, just the little bits and pieces just to see what they played like, because I haven't played a lot of them, to be honest. Um, But the first game, this is my only box game, and that is Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego, which I found on eBay like probably about 5 or 6 years ago and got a good deal on it. It's pretty awesome because I love Carmen Sandiego. I used to play Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, like the '98 version, I think, on the computer, and this doesn't play exactly like that. It's not quite as advanced, obviously. This one's from I think 1987, 88 or something. Um, but this one's really cool because it comes with an encyclopedia right here. Because back then we didn't really have internet, so you'd look up the answers from the encyclopedia, which was awesome. Now it's not the greatest game in the world, but I had fun playing it. And it's really challenging because you are timed, so you have to look up the answers quickly if you don't know them already. And then on to the loose games, we've got Ninja Gaiden, which this series is really fun, but really freaking hard. I do like the NES versions too, and also on Game Gear, it's fun. Tetris 2 I didn't play until today, and I didn't realize it was like Tetris mixed with Bejeweled, which is really cool. I do like Tetris a lot. RC Pro-Am, this one's a really fun racing game. Actually, I would recommend this one because it's actually quite fun. And this one's a classic, Excite Bike. This one I think I found at a Goodwill, maybe, but Tiger Heli, I don't really know how to pronounce it, but it's like a shoot 'em up, and these games are actually pretty fun. I like the shoot 'em up games on NES. Rygar. The Simpsons, Bart versus, whoa, focus. Hello? Oh, okay. There we go. Bart versus the World. I played a little bit of it, and honestly, I didn't think it was very good, but some people might. I'm not really a big fan of The Simpsons, but I love the games that were on PS2. Metal Gear. I don't know if this is related to the Metal Gear Solid series at all. I think it is, but I could be wrong. But I played a little bit of it, and it seems to be decent. Bad Dudes. Unfortunately, I couldn't get this one to play. I need to clean it, but I've heard good things about it. I think it's like a beat 'em up, kind of like Double Dragon. I could be wrong. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. I actually like this one quite a bit more than the first one. They're both a lot harder than what the newer Legend of Zelda games are. This one was fun. I didn't play a lot of it, but I liked what I played. Blaster Master. Pretty much you go around in a tank and you shoot things. But it's like a side scroller, so it's different. Ninja Gaiden 2. This one, I don't know why. It may be because I'm not using an original NES console. I'm using a twin console to play. And I looked it up, and apparently that seems to be an issue for some people. But this game played, but would not recognize my controller. So, but this is Paperboy, and I really like the arcade. so I'm sure that I'd love this. I love the 64 version too. Dr. Mario, Mission Impossible. This one's like my favorite game on NES, Maniac Mansion. This one's a classic. This one's one of those kind of like point and click adventure games. And for its time, it was actually seemed pretty advanced, and I think there was only one way to beat it, but I could be wrong. But I used to go over to my friend's house in high school, and she had Maniac Mansion, and this was the game I always went to. Track and field. This one's got a whole bunch of different games that you can play. It's got like taekwondo and stuff, so it's pretty interesting. I only played taekwondo. That was it. We got supercars, which honestly I don't think it's that great, but it's like a kind of like a racetrack racing game, but it's top down, and I don't know. This one I couldn't get to play, but I watched some video on it. But this is codenamed Viper, and it seems to be pretty cool. It's Capcom, so. And while I will admit, I don't really like the newer Capcom games, but the older Capcom games are actually pretty fun. I know, that's weird to say because most people love Capcom. We've got Super Mario Brothers 3. This one's a lot of people's favorites just because I guess you had like different abilities and stuff, which I didn't really play a lot of Super Mario. I'm not really that big of a Super Mario fan. I like 64 and I like Sunshine and like kind of like the Luigi's Mansion and Mario Party and Mario Kart, but the main games, yeah, they're okay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This was really hard. I don't know if it's just me. I suck at these games anyway. Hogan's Alley. This one requires a light gun, so which I don't have, and even if I did have a light gun, I don't have an original NES, and I don't have a like one of the older televisions because you can't play them on flat screens. This one just recently got in Video Games Monthly, and that's Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. These are a lot of fun. I do enjoy the Castlevania games from what I've played. Which honestly isn't a lot, but I like what I've played. And we've got Adventure Island. This one's just a platformer. It's kind of silly, honestly, but seems like it might be some fun. And my games are gonna fall over. Donkey Kong, this is the original one, the arcade version where you're playing as Mario and Donkey Kong has Princess Peach and you've got to get up there and save her and he keeps throwing barrels at you. Very rude. We got Skate or Die. Mock Rider. This one's actually pretty fun. I got this in Video Games Monthly several months ago, and this one you ride around and like you can like shoot people and stuff. It's kind of difficult though. I don't know. I'll have to play more of it. Double Dragon. These are also really good. To the Earth, I've heard really good things about this game too. I don't know. I couldn't get it to work though, so I really don't know what it's about or how it plays. It must be. Looks like it's like a shoot 'em up, but you can never tell with these with the labels on these games because it really doesn't show anything. Castle Quest. This one I think it was this one I played a little bit of, and it was not what I expected at all. And it kind of reminded me of Chip's Challenge, which is an old game that I really like. Double Dragon 2. Top Gun. A very common game. It's a shoot 'em up, or flight simulator, whatever. And it's okay, I guess. Legend of Zelda. Rad Racer. This one is by Square, who obviously made Final Fantasy. And I don't know, it's okay. Kind of weird that one of the games they started with was a racing game, but Mappy Land. This one's an arcade game. It's okay. Kung Fu. It's a classic here, Metroid. This one, I'm not really a big fan of the newer Metroid games, but I really like the older ones. I think they're a lot of fun, especially since I'm not really a big fan of the older cartridge games before 64. I just can't get into them that much, but Metroid I do like. Millipede. This one's fun. 1943. This one's a shoot 'em up. Really do. I think, yeah, I got this at Goodwill for $5, so it wasn't a bad deal at all. Which, I mean, Goodwill hardly ever has cartridge games, and of course I moved, so I don't get the privilege of finding video games at Goodwill anymore because ours doesn't have any hardly. This one is kind of like a top-down shooter. I don't know. Like you're in a helicopter and you're shooting tanks and stuff on the ground, and you fly over. Well, you have to like shoot ships and stuff too. It's okay. Right on Bungling Day. I don't know, but it's by Broderbund. I don't really know how you pronounce that either, but they did the Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego games, the ones that I really liked on computer. So Commando. This one seems like it's pretty fun too. Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. I can't play Duck Hunt because it requires a light gun, I believe. Pretty sure it does. And then Super Mario Brothers is the first one. So, and if you don't know what Super Mario Brothers is and you're watching video game videos, then I don't know what to tell you. Platoon, couldn't get it to play, so I'm not sure what it is. And this one I've got in a cool sleeve with the manual. It's Tailspin. I loved this this cartoon growing up. Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales. Those were the TV shows I used to watch as a kid. And I didn't really have cable for very long, so. But yeah, that's it. That's my NES collection, and I think I'll do Super Nintendo next. I don't have nearly as many. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.